Why nothing changes, even when you keep trying. There's a feeling that's hard to describe with words, but extremely easy to recognize if you've ever lived inside it. It's not despair, not panic, not depression in the classic sense. It's when you wake up in the morning, you understand the day is starting, but you don't feel like you're actually part of it. Life happens next to you, events unfold, decisions get made, people move forward, and inside you there's this quiet, stable thought, what can I even change? That's what we're talking about today, helplessness. And most importantly, how to treat it. Helplessness isn't a trait, it's a lived experience. Let's slow down and get very precise. Helplessness is not a personality type, it's not a diagnosis, it's not you being weak. Helplessness is an experience your nervous system learns over time. It's built through repetition. You try, and nothing changes. You think, and clarity doesn't come. You take steps, and it feels like walking into fog. And after enough cycles of that, your brain makes a silent conclusion. My participation doesn't matter. Not as a conscious belief, as a bodily state. It shows up as your hands dropping before you begin, decisions being delayed automatically, effort feeling heavier than it should, the future feeling distant, like it belongs to someone else. And here's the tricky part. Most people don't call it helplessness. They call it, I'm tired, I'm burned out. I'm not in the right place right now. I just need to rest first. Sometimes that's true. But often, underneath it, is the same internal code. Even if I try, it won't change. And once that code is installed, you don't need a crisis to stay stuck. The stuckness becomes the default background. How helplessness becomes your normal. The most dangerous part of helplessness is that it rarely arrives dramatically. It accumulates. At first, it starts with a situation where you truly don't have control. A family dynamic you can't change, a boss you can't reason with, a broken environment, a long period where survival consumes everything. 1 experience is survivable, 2 experiences are painful, 10 experiences become identity, because your brain isn't writing poetry, it's writing survival code. It learns patterns, and the pattern becomes, the world runs on its rules, I just adapt. So slowly, without noticing, you stop doing things that require inner power. You stop planning with real belief. You stop wanting big things. You stop risking. You stop showing up fully. You stop asking for what you need. Not because you don't want to, but because your nervous system expects the same ending. It expects that effort will be wasted, that hope will be punished, that trying will lead to disappointment, so it protects you. And the way it protects you is by reducing action. Helplessness is often the body saying, don't invest, it's not safe. Why advice doesn't work. When someone is in helplessness, they hear advice constantly. Just start, take responsibility, push through, discipline yourself. Be consistent, stop being lazy, and every single one of those lines can feel like a punch. Not because the person disagrees, but because inside them is a deeper truth. I already tried, I already pushed, I already cared, I already sacrificed, I already did my best, and it didn't work. So the brain hears motivational advice as one message. You didn't try hard enough. And that's not motivating. That's humiliating. That's why helplessness can't be cured with words. You can't think your way out of a nervous system pattern. You can't convince the body to trust life again. Because helplessness isn't a belief. It's a learned relationship between effort and outcome. And until that relationship changes, motivation stays blocked, even if the mind understands everything. The core mechanism, the break between action and impact. Here is the real mechanism underneath helplessness, a disconnect between action and the feeling of impact. Important, not even between action and actual results, between action and felt influence. You can be working hard, you can be active, you can be doing a lot. But if you don't feel, "This happened because I did that," your brain concludes, "I am not the source." This is huge, because humans don't just need to exist. They need to feel there are a cause in the world. The body needs causality. It needs proof that effort moves reality. When that proof disappears, the nervous system stops investing energy. And that's why helplessness is so paralyzing. It's not that you don't have goals. It's that your system doesn't believe your actions can shape anything. So why would it pay the cost? Why helplessness is everywhere today. Helplessness has become a mass condition for a reason. The world is too complex. Modern systems are layered and indirect. Work, money, algorithms, social rules, markets, bureaucracy, dating dynamics, attention economy. You can do everything right and still fail. And your brain hates that. Because the nervous system is designed for environments where effort equals survival. But now effort can disappear into complexity. So your body learns. Even correct action doesn't guarantee impact. Rewards are delayed. In the natural world, effort produces feedback fast. You hunt, you eat, you build, you sleep warm, you move, you get stronger. Modern life often works like this. You grind for months for a result that might come later, or might never come. The brain struggles to register delayed rewards as real, so it stops releasing energy. Constant comparison destroys causality. You look at other people and it feels like they do less and get more. They fail and still win. They post once and explode. They start later and move faster. Comparison hijacks the nervous system. It creates a sense that the world is random, and randomness is the fastest path to helplessness. Because if results are random, then action feels pointless. The real medicine, returning the feeling of influence. Now the most important part. Helplessness is not cured by success, not by big wins, not by breakthroughs, not by fixing your whole life. Because helplessness blocks you before you reach those things. Helplessness is cured by one thing, the return of felt influence. Small, concrete, visible, connected directly to you. You need experiences where the brain can say, "I did something, and reality responded." This can be tiny. You made a call you were avoiding and got an answer. You cleaned your environment and your head got quieter. You went to the gym and your body felt different. You wrote one page and the project stopped being a ghost. You set one boundary and the world didn't collapse. Helplessness dies when the nervous system gets proof. I can move things, not everything, not the whole world, just one thing. That's how the system relearns causality. Why you must start small. When someone is helpless, big goals feel like pressure. Big goals create a huge internal weight. If I try and fail again, it confirms I'm powerless. So the system avoids. That's why you don't start with, change my life, become a new person, finally fix everything. To start with, can I prove to my brain that I can influence one thing today? Helplessness is like losing mobility after being stuck in bed. You don't run a marathon on day one. You sit up, you stand, you walk, you take a few steps. And each step is not about progress, it's about proof. Proof that movement is possible. The big mistake, trying to force yourself. A common mistake is trying to beat helplessness with willpower. I must, I should, I have to, I'll push through. But helplessness is not low willpower, it's broken feedback. If you force yourself without restoring the link between action and impact, you just add pressure. And pressure strengthens helplessness. Because pressure says, do it even though it won't work. The correct order is the reverse. Restore influence. Then energy returns. Then discipline becomes possible. Then big goals become digestible. Willpower doesn't create the foundation. The foundation creates willpower. If you recognized yourself in this, that's not bad news. That's clarity. And clarity is the first crack in the wall. Helplessness is not who you are. It's not your essence. It's not your true personality. It's an experience that can be rewritten. Not instantly, not with a motivational speech, not with a single heroic day, but step by step, by returning to a simple internal truth. I can influence reality, even if it's small right now. And that's where movement always begins. If this video helped you, subscribe now, because we are just getting started.